And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. We've got a great show lined up. We're going to go over for the $500 members real quick. Look, you got a membership, so take advantage of it. You got to call me up. If you're not pulling at least $500 a week, you need to be on the phone talking to me. Because some of you guys are like, oh, I'm not making any money. Look, I make at least $500 to $800 a week off this. And I'm not even a hardcore investor. Like, I'm not even doing much. I could have invested in something yesterday. I decided I chose not to. Like, I'm not a hardcore investor, but like when the collapse happened, okay, one of the things I did, and it's not the crypto itself. Somebody's like, well, what crypto did you buy? It's not the crypto. What you need to do is when you're a $500 member, you have access to me, so call me. It's very easy. Because what you're doing is not working. Some of you, the shit that you're telling me, that's why you're not making money. So you need to give me a call so we can figure out if you're not pulling in at least $500 a week, that's a minimum. You got to give me a call because this shit's too fucking easy. I show you every week some of the trades that I do, I don't even advertise and I'm making the money on it. Okay, so it's not about, because what some of you think is that you're going to have 3 brain cells, and all you're going to do is get alerted early at Crypto Hulk Show, invest in something, pull out and make money. That's not how it works. Sometimes that can happen, but what you have to do, then you're like, oh, well, the reason I'm not making money is I'm not being alerted first. Well, we're alerting you first, and you're still not making the money. So it's not that. See, you have ideas in your head about what you're going to do, and they're wrong. Okay, you have ideas. What if I could just do this? You're still failing. I had this one person. Well, there's more than one. But I had this one person said, if I could just get notified more closer to the crypto, and you're still not making the money. Now you're bitching like, well, someone's selling too early. Okay, well, what is it? Either you're not getting notified early, someone's selling too early. You got like 10 reasons why. But you never have called to try to figure out what the fuck you're doing wrong. Then I got these other people that are constantly making money. They're calling me, hey, Crypto Hawk. Okay, then I'm like, well, try this and try that. Boom. And then they're like, oh, man. Every week, like when the dump happened, let's just say I bought. Now here's another thing. Some of you think I'm going to put in $300 on a crypto. Look, and you make 30%. Well, what is that? If you're lucky, what's that, $100? You do 2 trades a week or something. That's like, what, $200 a week? Look, I'm not going to get into teaching you how to trade. That's not my job. If we have a private phone call, we can discuss things. But out here in the open, I'm not giving you strategies that I'm using and how I'm doing stuff. That's for the $500 club. If you're a $500 member, you should be on the phone, at least making $500 a week. That's like a minimum. And whatever you're doing, it's not working. Okay. I'm not even a trader. I'm kind of like, just if I want to make some money and I feel like it, yesterday I just made $500 off when on Friday when it dumped, I found this crypto that was 37% down, maybe 42% down. I put in probably $1,700 into it. It went up a certain percent. I sold it off, made $500. Ta-da! Never even had to put it on the show. So what you have to do is be more like a trader rather than, see, sometimes you have to be an investor and sometimes you got to be a trader. And these are things that I can discuss with you. I'm not going to do it here. But when you're a $500 member, there's things you're not doing, and that's why you're not making money. You should easily be making $500 a week. No problem at all on this channel. If you're not, you're doing the wrong thing and you need to give me a call. Some of you guys, I'm not going to get into what your problems are because I'm not going to get into explaining how to fix stuff on an open show like this for the $10 people. This is $500 level stuff. But at a minimum, you should make $500 a week, average. Some weeks 6, 7, some weeks 4, whatever. It comes out to 500 minimum. And if you're not, all you gotta do is give me a call. And you'll go over what have you been doing, what have you been buying, how are you selling, and we'll look at things. But remember, things change. If you run a business and you ran it a certain way, it might work for 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but eventually times change and you have to adjust what you're doing. You're still trading the way, 6, 7 months ago is not today. So now you got to change your game and how you trade. And consistently, I'm not here to report to you to all the free people and stuff what things I bought and how much I sold it at and like, because that's like $500 level stuff. But it's like the $500 a week is like mandatory. You should be making $2,000 a month, and out of that $2,000 a month, there goes your $500 for your membership. Bam, you just cleared 15. Anyhow, this shit's too easy. Let's sit down and have a chat about it and figure out what you're doing wrong. It's going to require you. I don't want to give away strategies. You're going to have to work to get the money. I know. You can't be sitting around for 3 hours. You could sit around for 3 hours a day watching TikTok and still do this. I'm not going to give away what you're going to have to do. So give me a call. Let's figure it out. It's not that tough. Larry is trimming trees and listening to the show. And that's the show. Seals Q and We Can announce collaboration to develop post-quantum KYC. Let's see here. So we're on a $10 show. After this, we'll go to the $5 show. And after this one, to the open show. Now, some things I can discuss on like these type $5 and $10 shows. If it's really trading strategy stuff, it's $500 club. Because that's where a lot of you can be making a lot of money. You should pull it in a minimum $2,000 a month. So that's what. Let's take a look here at these comments. All right, let's get into my name's Crypto Hawk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. Do not buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advice. Total drug addict, 24/7. I'm snorting heroin, cocaine, snorting meth, peyote, everything I just snort, and I eat it, and I breathe it, and I inject it, and everything. So there you go. There's your disclaimer. Next. Your crypto lawyer. Crypto Hawks teamed up with a law firm. Yep. They have a special Crypto Hawk package. And what's good? See, it's not how much crypto you buy. Oh, I got to save money for crypto. You need to get a loan. I took a loan out for all the shit that I buy, like my gold. Remember, I bought gold over a year ago. I took a loan out, dumped my credit score down to like 530. I think it was like at 740 or 5 or something, or 750. And it just crushed it. And that's fine. I don't care. Now my score is up to, I think, 780. So I paid off all that gold and shit. Took me like 13, 14 months or whatever. I was buying all my gold up. The last batch, I was buying gold at 16 or 1700 an ounce. And then when gold finally hit 2000, I'm like, oh, this is the last bit. So I took 4 credit cards, maxed them out, bought gold, dumped my credit score, not giving a fuck, and paid it all off. Now the credit score is back up higher than what it used to be. So that's how I do shit. If I don't have it, I go get it. Somehow I figure out a way and I get it. That's just what I do. So if you want to do what I do, great. If not, great. Doesn't really matter. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to get there. I'm going to make it through. While other people are getting wrecked, I'm making money. Everybody's getting wrecked. Well, not everybody, not you guys, but everybody out there is getting wrecked from Friday dump. Right off the top, I made $500 yesterday. So 2-3 days later, I already made that 500 back. And some of the other cryptos, I'm going to look at. One of them I don't want to sell. One of them I backed the fucking truck up. And I think I'm going to hold on to that one because it's going to be massive. So that one alone could send me off into a lovely retirement. And it was getting hammered at like 57% off. And I'm like, whoa. So I just like dove into that one. So yeah, somebody, Chris Sharpie, I've got a call with the attorney this morning. I'll have to leave during the show. We will miss you, Chris Sharpie. Mike Gilbert, Mikey, says he's got a package. My package is being put together under the Hulk package. So yeah, timing is everything. Look, you can't, I'll get in it. Call me. We can talk strategy and trading. This is not the place for it on this program. We got to go over some news here. Let me start Citibank. Let me tell you how it works, everybody. All these banks play quiet. Oh, they play also quiet, and they're getting all their crypto ready, and they're not telling you about crypto. They're just spending millions and millions on developing stuff, and they're all quiet. Telling you how it works. Everything will come out, just like Crypto Hulk says. Ripple Russia, no other channel knows about it. Ripple China, no other channel knows about it. Ripple Singapore, no other channel knows about it. Ripple Indonesia, no other channel knows about it. Ripple Turkey, no other channel knows. We can go on and on, okay? This is all a government deal. Diversify your cryptos. It's good to have. I've learned a lot over these 5.5 years of making videos. I've learned a lot. Diversify your crypto. Don't go too. There's one crypto influencer. All he does is buy XRP. Now, I hope everything works and the government doesn't declare XRP systemically important and seize it. That would be a bad thing. Our government could issue exchanges notices. Dear XYZ exchange, the United States government has determined that XRP is systemically important crypto. Therefore, you shall surrender all accounts with, I'm just letting you know how all this could go. It could be all the ISOs, Hedera. That's why I've got gold. For every $1 in crypto, I got gold. That's why we have the law firm. Okay. The law firm is going to wrap up. I got all my stuff done. With the law firm. Now I'm going to call my success coordinator. What's that called? My client success coordinator. So, Jeff Taylor, I finally got time to listen, but I do watch later. If I remember, I'm 3 hours ahead. What I'm going to do today is call my client success coordinator and then get instructions on how to set up my bank accounts, both of them. Because I'm going to have 2 businesses, 2 LLCs. So I'm calling the client success coordinator. I'm going to find out how and what forms do I need to take to what bank and get a hookup. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Ask the client success coordinator about the house, the car, and the different things like that. Okay, Caleb Brown. I'm going to call the client success coordinator and say, hey, what forms do I have to issue Caleb Brown or whatever? Then I'm going to call Caleb Brown and say, can you show me what forms you need? And then kind of do it like that. Get it all hooked up. This is what Crypto Hulk channel is about. Trading, where we're buying and selling. I mean, unless you just want to be an investor only, that's fine. But trading, like I can still invest and trade at the same time. It depends on how much money you want to make per month while we're waiting to be rich. You know, I got my solid bags at Caleb Brown, and on my phone, it's all the trading money. Buying, selling, flipping, whatever it takes, making money the whole way until we get rich. Making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month or whatever. Okay. Just follow the principles. We'll talk and we'll figure it out, and bam, off you go. Yasi Ma LLC accepted by Caleb and Brown, getting gray hairs, moving cryptos. LOL. But Caleb Brown is amazing, and so are you, Hulk. Appreciate you. Oh, and somebody told me that LA. Here we go. Hey, Crypto Hulk. Thanks for letting us know about Seals Q. LAES is $7.46. I was telling you guys when it was $2. One guy is like, thanks, Crypto Hulk. You're going to make me rich. I'm like, yeah. See, on Crypto Hulk show, we go over stuff. All you got to do is call and keep up with Crypto Hulk. I'll let you in on what you need to do. I was telling y'all, there's no other crypto channel talking about Seals Q and buying their stock and all that with hyperscale. None of these motherfuckers talking shit about that, except Crypto Hulk. And I was telling you when that, Wise Key is now $8.35. I was telling you about these cryptos, and they were all, I mean, these stocks, when they were cheap. No other channel. So Crypto Hulk show is not like your typical show. Oh, somebody bought it. John K bought it at $1.96. Oh, he got in real early. Now it's $7.46 or whatever it is. And pretty soon, you guys, it'll be at 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, $100, $500. You'll see 1,000. Just letting you know early. Go ahead and record this, and one day we're gonna look back like, damn, Crypto Hulk, you knew. Let's Leia's go to $7, and I'll buy you the trans. I want you all you guys rich. I do my best to prepare you, to show you cool cryptos and stocks that are cheap. You know, it's really up to you if you want to take advantage of it and make it happen, because I'm providing all the information. All right, GPUS. All right, let's go with Citibank. Like, if you don't make a lot of money on the show, either you don't want to or you need to call me and figure out why, because there's no reason you shouldn't be making a lot of money on this program. Citibank. Here's the news. This is coming from like the world's second or third largest bank, Citibank. They eye a 2026 crypto custody launch after years of quiet development. Now, this is from CNBC. CNBC, these people are so fucking stupid. They're definitely not investigative reporters like me. I'm an investigative reporter. The bank's digital asset head. So Citibank's digital asset head is aiming for a what? Credible custody solution. I think Fireblocks is going to be in that mix, and Ripple Medico but we're going to read on. I'm going to show you the evidence here. If you watch Crypto Hawk channel, you know ahead of time before stuff happens. Not on everything, but on what I feel is important, we're very well ahead. So Citibank, one of the top 3 banks in the world, is looking for a credible custody solution in the coming quarters to serve asset managers and other clients. Citibank plans to launch crypto custody services in 2026, allowing the bank to hold native digital assets for clients. The bank is exploring both internally developed solutions and third-party partnerships to support the offering. Citibank is also evaluating the issuance of its own stablecoin. Oh my God, you guys see it? It's all going down in front of us. You and me are at a point, I was talking to a family member yesterday on the phone, and it's like, I told them I run, a channel and stuff, and it's like, I keep my viewers ahead, and I help them to identify what to invest in before these things take off. That's what we do. We're going over the news, each day, and we dig in. It's not, see, my channel, what separates it from others is we will deep dive into an article, whereas the normal show, the normal 13-minute whatever program, they will just touch on an article and that's it. So you never really get to find, you hear the news, they sprinkle it, but then you never really figure out what to invest in. Why is this important? And who's connected to who's doing what with who. You just never learn anything. All it's doing is tickling your ears. Stop it, Crypto Hook. Stop tickling my ears. That's all these shows are doing. Are you making money off it? No. Are you pulling $500 a week minimum off these other programs? No, you're not. Okay. They don't teach you anything at all. It's just highlighting news for about 30 seconds to a minute, and it's off to the next article. You aren't learning shit. Okay. I mean, it's entertainment, but if that's your goal, that's fine to be entertained. There's nothing wrong with entertainment. But if your goal is to have entertainment and make $500 a week, well, this is the channel for that. Citibank, yeah, they're going to have their own stablecoin. Okay. It's all coming. We're going to find out. Crypto Hawk, who are they working with and what crypto should I buy? We're going to be going over this during this program. You're going to want to stick around. If you only got 13 minutes, come back and watch it later. Citibank plans to offer crypto custody services in 2026, enabling the bank to hold native digital assets for their clients. They're repeating. I don't know why these articles do this. They repeat shit. It's not that I'm getting old. They put the same fucking sentence and they'll skip 2, 3, 4 and they'll put that same sentence in again. So I'm not reading the same one. They just put that in there. Like, I don't know why they do that shit. The move marks another step by Wall Street. Oh, see what's going on, everybody? They're all coming, everybody. I hope you're ready. With all the stuff we got going, you got Crypto Hawk's excellent instruction. You got Caleb Brown for custody. You got the Crypto Hawk law firm, so the government, because they're going to make laws. These banks don't want you to custody your own crypto, number one. They want to hold it. And number two, these banks don't just want anybody to have crypto because you could go out and loan it, lend it, lease it, stake it, all that. They don't. That's why they don't want you having custody of your own shit. Then, because if you own it and you move it away from them, you can form your own bank. Oh, shit. What the banks are going to do is try to get the government to make laws to take your crypto away or to prevent you from staking and all these things. You're going to see that. That's where the crypto law firm comes in to protect us from a lot of dumb shit that can happen, okay? It's not how much crypto you buy. It's how much you control and how much you own, okay? Citi Global Head of Partnerships and Innovation for Services said the custody solution that Citibank's working on has been in development for 2 to 3 years. Oh. We have various kinds of explorations, said Citibank. We're hoping that in the next few quarters, we can come to market with a credible custody solution that we can offer to our asset managers and other clients. Now, I'm letting you know right now, I have a feeling they're not going to be selling to you and me. Remember, you'll have 100 crypto exchanges, but in the end, you'll have 10. If your crypto is not wrapped up into an LLC with Crypto Hawk Channel, I got bad news for you, all right? Just letting you know. The custody plan would give here we go, institutional clients. There you go. Not you, not me. But if you have the Crypto Hawk law firm wrapping up your cryptos, they can't touch them, okay? If they make crypto laws now, and then you try to run off to Caleb Brown, your cheeks are already clapped. It's not going to do any good. If you have to, get a loan, get the Crypto Hawk legal package. My package is double what yours is. I've got a lot of moving parts on my legal plate, but you can get all your crypto protected and secured for half the cost of what I had to spend, but I got a lot of stuff they're doing. Remember, take a loan if you need to. Don't be scared. Don't be scared if there's a loan. Get your crypto protected. If you have an opportunity to make 10, 20, 30 million, and you want to save a little bit of money, and well, I'm not going to get a lawyer. No, okay. Doesn't matter how much crypto you can have, you're not going to keep it, or you're not going to keep it. They might declare all your crypto and ours, maybe certain ones, systemically important, and they'll take it. But not if you have your Crypto Hawk platform wrapped in the legal. It's not going to happen. Because you're giving definition to your crypto before they tell you. See, you're telling the government in the Crypto Hawk law firm, you're telling the government what your crypto is. Later, the government's going to tell you what your crypto is. Oh, man. And you is going to get the cheeks clap. That's what's going to happen. Citibank says we may have, We may have certain solutions that are completely designed and built in-house, whereas we may use a third-party, lightweight, nimble solution for other kinds of assets. Well, you see what they're doing. They're talking about a private and public ledger. This is what they're doing right here. The custody offering would join a growing portfolio of digital asset experiments at Citi. Oh, I'm going to show you what they've been experimenting with. She said Citibank is exploring a stablecoin issuance. Oh, man. She noted that tokenized deposits, remember that, are a more immediate focus. Tokenized deposits. Well, Crypto Hawk, you were telling us about Linnea and how Swift is working with Consensus. Consensus has a platform called Linnea, and isn't that for like messaging and tokenization? Yep. Aren't 30 banks? We read the article where 30 of the world's biggest banks are working with Swift on a platform. Yep. And then we just read an article where 10 banks are joining together to tokenize. Yep. It's all coming. I've been showing you what platforms and what cryptos they are. Some people are like, oh, Ethereum doesn't scale. Okay, that's why there's layer 2s and there's XRP Ledger and so it can scale. The scaling issue is not a big deal when you're using the other solutions. But you'll see. Remember, the people that are in power, they're not going to give it up. Okay. Now, here's an article about Citibank 2 years ago. Here's the article. Let us take a look. Okay, so what you do, we already explained all this, is you contact your client success coordinator and you find out. What you also do is this: contact Caleb Brown, have them email you on the requirements that they have to transfer your crypto. Okay. You take that email and you send it to your client success coordinator, and they will help you figure out. Because remember, you're dealing with 2 different countries. That's what I was telling you already. Australia is going to have a list of things that you got to have. You get an email of that, and you give it to your client success coordinator, and they will translate the shit into Americanese, and then you can send that back to Caleb Brown and have it all done. There you go. Problem solved. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay. So yeah, I was talking to the law firm yesterday, and I said, are my LLCs and Secretary of State's all done? They said yes. They gave me the phone number for my client success coordinator. So all I simply do is call that client success coordinator up and say, hi, this is Crypto Hulk. I want to open up a checking account. Can you help me? And then what she'll do is give me the information I need. They're going to email it, and I walk into the bank and give them that. This is what I have. Okay. So that's the first issue. The next issue is I would call up my client success coordinator and say, hi, I have crypto on an exchange in Australia, and they have different laws, as you know, and this and that. Can you provide me with the information that they would need to transfer my crypto into the corporation's name? And that client success coordinator can help me get that information. If it's in my folder, they'll show me what section or what page to have to photocopy to send to Australia. So utilize your client success coordinator to get through this. Because some people out there talk about, oh, I can't do this. I can't. Why aren't you calling your client success coordinator? They'll handle all of it for you to help you understand it. So let's not overthink things. You have a client success coordinator to call up on the phone, say, I need some assistance transferring. There you go. Not that tough. So let's take a look here. Now, we went over this article about Citibank, but Citibank has been at this for a couple years. Let's do a copy and a paste. Citibank launches a token service for institutional clients. The service uses blockchain technology to convert clients' deposits into tokens that can be used for cross-border. Let's go back. What? 2 years ago, Citibank launches, already done 2 years ago, a token service for institutional clients. Are you seeing like a trend here? It's looking like crypto. I told you already, the banks aren't going to allow us to have crypto because we will be competition for the banks. That's why you get the law firm, okay, to protect your crypto. You're going to wrap up all your crypto into an account with your LLC because your government and the banks are coming to take your crypto. That's why we have the whole Crypto Hawk law firm. That's why. Okay. We're seeing in these articles here, it's looking like this is going all towards institutional purchasers. Yes. That's, again, why we're having the Crypto Hawk law firm. Okay. Because they're not going to let you keep this stuff. It's not, I keep telling you, it's not how much you buy, it's how much you keep. All right. The service uses blockchain technology to convert clients' deposits into digital tokens that can be used for instant cross-border payments 24/7. So Citibank has already launched a blockchain service converting the people's deposits into tokens that can be used for cross-border payments, stable coins. Citibank has launched a token service using blockchain technology to offer crypto solutions for institutional clients. There's your trend. Are you seeing the trend now? This is from 2 years ago. The new service is called Citi Token Service. It will convert clients' deposits into digital tokens that can be used for instant cross-border payments, liquidity, and automated trade finance solutions. That's where the XDC comes in. Citibank said the service is part of the bank's treasury and trade solutions, aims to integrate tokenized deposits into Citi Globals to boost core cash management. They're taking the money that's sitting in your account, they're going to convert it into tokens where Citibank can use to buy and sell. Very interesting. Digital technologies, they're saying this 2 years ago. Digital technologies have the potential to upgrade the regulated financial system by applying new technologies to existing legal instruments. The development of Citi tokens is part of our journey to deliver real-time, always-on, next-generation banking services to our institutional clients. Are you seeing this? It's not for you and me. This is what I really believe, is that in the beginning, we had 100 exchanges. In the end, we'll have 10. I've been saying that for 5.5 years. I've been telling you, in the beginning, they're all saying crypto's bad, crypto's bad, crypto bad. Now they're saying crypto good, crypto good. Why? Because they're going to control it. That's why it's going to be good all of a sudden. there's good and bad with all this. With regulations and with safety and security comes, they're going to take away your crypto as best as they can. Not mine. I got the law firm protecting my shit, or I will soon. I'll be calling the client success coordinator and saying, hey, let's get my crypto under control. Citi has tested the service with the shipping giant called Maersk, M-A-E-R-S-K, and a canal authority. The digital process used in the pilot service provided instant payment capabilities to buyers and sellers via smart contracts. The bank said, the digitized solution is designed to work similarly to bank guarantees and letters of credit. What they're basically telling us is this. This is 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Citibank tested what we know as Stellar was working with Maersk, and I did that article already. And then all of a sudden, that program just kind of shut down. Citibank is now talking about that. We went over this Maersk stuff like 2021, 2022, something kind of like that. Here we are 4 years later. I remember going over this. In fact, Stellar bought like 5 or 10% of Maersk stock. Like, I think it was like $20 million or something like $50 million. But that was the test, see? What happens in crypto, we've seen this over and over, like Codius. They'll run a program, and then we just won't hear any more about it anymore because either it never worked or it was a success, and they want to keep it quiet, okay? Maersk was one of the same ones. You had Ripple involved in that, Stellar, I think IBM was involved in all that, and all of a sudden, just one day, everybody stopped talking about it. Doesn't mean that program went under. It was a success. Citibank's telling us right here it was a success. Now, Citibank's telling us they're going to take that program because it's very similar to the banking industry. It's already done. Okay, I've been telling you this shit already. All this stuff is already done. Now, we know in 2022, Citibank was working with who? The Federal Reserve of the United States. Right there. New York Federal Reserve and banks launch a new 12-week CBDC project. The New York Innovation Center, it's a collaboration between the New York Fed and the Bank for International Settlements. They're working to research into a digital dollar project. This is 3 years ago. You had Citibank, Wells Fargo, BNY Mellon, PNC, all these banks. And they were working on a New York Federal Reserve CBDC project. And you had a Ripple partner called the Bank of International Settlements. They're the bank of all the banks. They set bank policy for the entire world. I just want you to see that they've been working on this all these years. Now, here's something called the Regulated Liability Network. Let me copy and paste this. This is where Citibank, now we're going to get into what technology is Citibank using. Here's where we start drilling down deep. This is called the Regulated Liability Network right here. This was invented years ago by Citibank. They spearhead. Citibank took their experience to create a ledger for their banking partners to get on top of, to work with. Right here, the regulated liability network is a concept for upgrading sovereign currency systems with a shared ledger technology. Here we go. They're creating a financial market infrastructure that facilitates digital asset transactions. It connects deposits held at regulated financial institutions. Using distributed ledger, it would provide a multi-asset. So you mean like crypto, real estate, checking account, savings, whatever, home loans, whatever. This is a platform that's going to connect everything. This is a short 3-page little informational. Talks about delivery versus payment, payment versus payment. So what we got is, I'm not going to show all the evidence because we could spend an hour on this article alone. When they start showing DVP and PVP, that's Ripple and XDC. All that delivery versus payment and payment versus payment. Now, if we scroll down, now we start getting into it. Crypto Hulk, what crypto platform is Citibank using? Well, we went over this the other day. There's a company called Digital Asset, and they're building the network for regulated liability network with Damel and Canton. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk, that's that Canton coin, right? See, when you watch Crypto Hulk show, you are ahead of these cryptos and a lot of the innovation that's occurring. We're looking to invest $500 member people. We were talking about where do you actually get that coin. So if you're a $500 member, contact me and I can walk you through where to get this. What are the steps to getting the Canton coin? Okay. Citibank, I'm just showing you right now. It's just how my channel works. Citibank is interacting with a company called Digital Asset. Digital Asset, of course, you got very powerful people working for that company. They've created a platform called the Regulated Liability Network. Citibank is in cahoots with this. They have smart contracts called DAML, D-A-M-L, and they have a Canton network, and they have a coin called the Canton coin. It's not released yet. It will be released. This is where it's all come down to. When you watch Crypto Hulk, we drill down and find out this is the Canton coin with the Canton network. That's what Citibank is using. The Citibank's not going to advertise it. Other channels won't be talking about this unless they learn it from Crypto Hulk channel. That's why you're watching this program, because you find out early on investments. Now, you can always wait till it hits a crypto exchange, and the price might go from 10 to 20, 30, 40 cents, something like that. That's your option. Some of you guys like to find out early, and you want to get access to stuff early. That's what I like doing as well. The findings confirm that the Regulated Liability Network could be a real game changer for global users of the US dollar. Very interesting right here. The United Kingdom has already ran a pilot on this. This is done and tested, all good to go. Guess what? The Canton Network and all that, it joined the New York Innovation Center. 11 private sector participants joined the New York Innovation Center, part of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. This Canton crypto and all this is already regulated. It's good to go. Okay. It's not going to be a rug pull and none of that. Why? Because you got the Bank of New York registered with this company. This is this whole digital asset, DAML, Canton Network, Canton Coin. This is all highly regulated products. This is 100% legitimate. Federal Bank of New York has already worked on this project. This thing's good to go. Okay. Now, finding it early, that's where Crypto Hawk Show comes in. And these pilots are done. Now, I have a little deep dive here. I got 10 minutes left on the show. Here's the deep dive. DAML. DAML stands for Digital Asset Modeling Language. It's the Canton Network, Digital Asset Holdings Incorporated. Okay, that's the company. The Regulated Liability Network and Citibank expand. They have an emphasis. Let me take a look. What I wanted to know is the Regulated Liability Network and Citibank with an emphasis on their crypto-related activity and the most likely crypto custody providers as they expand into selling or handling crypto by 2026. These entities are highly interconnected. Digital Asset Holdings Incorporated developed DAML. What is DAML? An open source smart contract language. And the Canton Network is a privacy-enabled blockchain for institutional asset tokenization. What we're able to do on Crypto Hulk Show is if you call me, I'll let you know exactly how to get this crypto. It's institutional grade. We're able to get this before it hits the streets. Okay, because it might only be sold to institutional investors. I'm going to be able to talk to you if you call me. I'm going to show you where exactly this crypto is sold. How do you get it before it is released to the public? The Regulated Liability Network is a blockchain-based system for settling tokenized bank deposits and liabilities. In the U.S., it's known as the Regulated Settlement Network. Canton technology in the U.S. is known as Regulated Settlement Network. Citibank is a key participant in the Regulated Liability Network and is independently launching its own custody service in 2026 while exploring stablecoins. This creates a shared ecosystem centered on institutional grade blockchain. Let's look here. Now, who's involved in digital assets? There's a woman, I believe her name is Blythe Masters, a former JP Morgan executive known for the credit default swaps. I'm not getting into all that, but that woman's like super famous. You got all these JP Morgan executive people all up in this. Digital Assets has collaborated with over 50 institutions. Early partners are the Australian Stock Exchange. Well. You know what? I'm telling you what, a whole lot of stuff keeps coming back to Australia. There's a lot of secrets going on in Australia trying to pretend like they don't know about crypto. You got Dilip Rao, a Ripple executive, left Ripple 2-3 years ago to go work for the Australian government to hook them up with crypto. Make sure it's all done right. I thought that was pretty amazing. You've got JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, IBM, Microsoft Azure, Deloitte. All these are like Ripple partners. Chainlink's all mixed up in this. Everybody, like, this is so massive, this crypto Canton coin. All these top banks are mixed up in this. This DAML was founded in 2019. 2023, Canton was launched, and in 2025, they raised $135 million. They did more pilots in 2023. All the legal reports were done in so it's ready to launch very soon. It's ready to launch officially. And you can get the crypto. If you give me a call, we can go over where exactly you get this crypto. September. So we're looking at last month. Here we go. Last month, September, Canton Network partners with Chainlink, Ripple partner. October of this year, so just a few days ago, Citibank announces a 2026 crypto custody launch. Why? Because they said there's different regulations now because Trump's in office, citing regulatory shifts. They were waiting for Trump to come in and make these laws. What is the use case of Canton? The primary use case is institutional tokenization and interoperability for real-world assets, liabilities, and crypto. This is going to help real-time settlements, funds, bonds, loans across siloed systems. So what it's going to do is you can have different private blockchains on top of the Canton network so they can talk to each other. That's what this does. Now, who's providing custody? Copper. Okay, according to Grok, the most likely custody providers will be Copper and Zodiac Custody. Now, we all know that Zodiac Custody, that's Standard Chartered, which is a Ripple partner. Zodiac Custody. Standard Chartered Bank backed Zodiac Custody joins Ripple owned Medico. So they're using Medico. So here it goes all the way back again. You have a German. I think how this happened was this. It gets a little weird. There's a Swiss company, and they invented Medico. Then a German company comes in, that big German company for like 200 years, the bank. Gisek and Devrent, that's the name of it. Gisek, Gisecke or something, then Devrent, Devrint or something like that. G&D it's called. Gisek and Devrent or G&D. A German company then buys the Swiss Medico, Ripple comes in and buys Medico from the Germans. Ripple's first bank partner was a German bank. Very interesting little story. So that in this article here, you've got Copper, and then you got Zodiac Custody, which is basically Ripple. So Ripple is going to provide custody for Citibank, but Zodiac Custody, which is Standard Chartered is going to be the company to directly deal with Citibank. Because remember now, Ripple's not a bank, it's a money service business, and it's the government, actually. So what you'll notice is Standard Chartered is going to be the one to technically say that they have the custody solution. But it's actually Ripple. Copper provides the MPC custody and collateral for Canton real-world assets. So that's what it is, Copper and Standard Chartered. Okay. I think that'll be a wrap. We're at the 1 hour mark. And there you go. So go out and get that Canton coin if you want. I'd highly suggest it. Looking into it at least. This is something that's not popular right now. It's going to become very, very popular. When this Canton network takes off, you're going to have that crypto. So anyhow, I will take this. Hold on. I'm just reading a comment real quick. All right. I will take this show out and I'll give it to the $5 people. I'll try to make a show at 5 o'clock p.m. with more good, juicy stuff, and I'll see y'all later.